More Than Rich podcast, season 2. We are back. Got Chris, Jalani, and we got Brando behind the scenes. Yo, we're back. Got my boy Snoopy also. Sorry, didn't mean to leave him out. We got some crazy topics. We're trying to go controversial.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're trying to really dig into some topics.
The last thing we were talking about was the Haiti earthquake.
Yep.
4.5
Oh yeah. That was a
magnitude.
That's crazy.
Y'all have any thoughts on that? How many? Isn't Haiti always getting hit like every so often? Like,
Well, this and in 2010, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
There was that other one.
That was really bad. Yeah.
damn.
That's poor people.
Damn. I need to look.
And hopefully they
something.
don't get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah.
Because it's hurricane season.
I'm sure
too.
it is, yeah.
The hurricane season was over.
Not yet.
Y'all seen
I think
all the memes on Steph Curry,
Oh.
Steph Curry's mom.
Oh yeah.
Y'all seen this?
Shoot the
Oh,
shot.
no, what
Stephen A.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah, what's that about?
Explain this.
It's just pretty funny shit. Basically, everybody's like trying to make a move on him. Like, why wouldn't you want Steph Curry's mom's kid? Like, a badass superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they broken up or something?
Yeah, I think she's getting a divorce or it was finalized or some shit like that. But
Oh,
I
okay.
just thought that
I
was-
seen it on like.
Don't talk
this-
about people mama, but
Yeah, I know. I just
Mama
seen it.
ain't bad.
Yo,
I just seen it popping like trending everywhere this morning too. But I was like, who is it? And I saw Stephen A. Smith and it like a meme and it said, "Shoot your shot." And then I saw Steph Curry's dad, obviously, and there was like a meme of him like looking all.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this about? But I haven't read nothing into it.
I'm sure it's the same for the dude with Drake, his mom or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think
Drake.
sometimes people forget like
Right.
you talking
like
about that basketball player?
Yeah.
even
plays
like
with Bron and
superstars,
LeBron.
like he said, Drake.
Yeah.
Like I think people forget that they're people too, though. You know what I mean? Like everyone has problems. Everyone, you know what I mean? They're not, you know. I think people, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you're a fan of it, but it's also like a form of like, oh, you know, you put them on a pedestal, kind of.
Shit, my mama could date Drake.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just saying, like you wouldn't think.
I'm cool with that.
Like, you think.
I had to
Yeah.
process that. That's a weird one.
But you
I'd be
mean?
cool with it.
I'm like, can I get a feature first?
Yeah.
But you know, he gave him a chain though. Did you see that chain he gave him?
That is pretty tight.
Yeah.
But that's funny to think, like, can I get something out of this? You know what I mean? What do you want from Drake to date your mom? What would it take? Goes on the street.
Nah, I don't do that. My mom wouldn't date Drake. My dad whoop his ass.
Yo, but people be doing stupid shit like that. What was the other one? Speaking of the Stevens, Smith. Is that the one? The newscaster?
Stephen A.
Yep. Stephen A.
What is he getting paid?
Sports
He's getting paid more than what? Zion, right?
Yeah, that's what they said. More than his Pelicans contract.
More than the
More than Zion's
contract.
Pelicans contract.
That's mind fucking like, yeah.
Let me see what.
Oh man.
Just to talk about it, Chris.
About what?
You're supposed to be the newscasting friend out of all of us.
I didn't watch that. I'm pretty upset. I've been watching. Look,
It's
I've
more-
been
it was
watching
a-
the preseason about football. Basketball is pretty much over with. If you want to know about basketball moves, everyone's getting traded around. Everyone thinks Chicago is the shit. We'll see. I think they have a lot of guards. I think they're playoff bound, but I don't think they're gonna get past like.
Who's made the biggest update to their roster in y'all's opinion?
Chicago. I think.
Really? Is that why you brought him up?
I think so. They got a lot of people. They got DeMar DeRozan now. They got Alex Caruso.
I thought we were talking
from
about
the
football.
Lakers.
There's a lot of stuff happening off season though. This junk's
No,
crazy.
but yeah, that is true though.
It makes me look forward to basketball season just because of all the trades and everything that went on.
Oh, and Lonzo Ball got traded to the Bulls too.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's gonna be interesting to see.
It's gonna, but I think people's got it set up. Brooklyn and Lakers now. I think that's the setup everyone thinks, but we'll see.
Oh, I want Carmelo to get a ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
he's all right. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's really
I feel
good.
like that now.
No, he's really good.
Now I feel like that about
Melo
Chris Paul.
and Westbrook, because Westbrook doesn't have a ring either. So
It would be just super cool if Phoenix went back, in my opinion.
yeah, that sucked. Chris
I wouldn't mind.
Chris Paul didn't get a ring. Yeah,
I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing when like a deserving person doesn't get.
Doesn't get
You know,
it,
like,
yeah.
I don't like that shit. I hate
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, what's deserving? You know,
Well,
it's like
what I'm trying to
you
say
always
is-
go through trials. You know what I mean? Like just because you don't win, I mean, I bet you he will get one. You know, he's still got a couple
I
years
just hope
left.
he's working harder than anybody.
I bet he is.
I hope that wasn't his climax, you know?
Nah. Every team he's gone to, he's been great.
Probably right.
And honestly, Chris Paul said something that, you know, kind of reminded me of me the way I kind of play. He said, like, all these guys can hit shots in practice. Like, they be going 10 for 10. And then all of a sudden, game time, we forget how to shoot. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's one of those things.
Oh, yeah. And he was talking about, like, you don't do that shit in practice, right? Like,
in practice, you wet that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it does suck.
Funny.
But they stopped shooting well.
Yeah,
they were up 2-0.
He was trying to say you rely on you're relying on your teammates because you know that.
Well, you
trusting
should.
them.
Like, you can't do it yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Unless you're Giannis. Unless you're Giannis. 50 points in the last game. That's pretty. He came out swinging. He definitely. You know what I mean? Like.
What are your y'all's final thoughts on super teams now? Because it's getting more exacerbated and a little more extreme.
I mean, looks like it's gonna be. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but I wish it would become more street. Y'all know I want.
You kind of have to have super.
But there's
teams,
only
though.
one basketball.
Yeah. But,
You know what I mean?
they
You
changed the
could
rules.
stack everybody,
They
and
changed the
you
rules
still only
every
get
year.
one shot per possession.
They change and
Right.
add rules every year, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I still think any team can beat any team.
Yeah, on
It's just
any
a matter-
given day,
That's
yeah.
it. Like, any
It
shot can
depends
go
on-
in.
mhm.
Even if you have these 5 superstars, it's like, who do you think can make more shots? LeBron's team or Brooklyn?
Well,
or
I'm
Kevin
about to say,
Durant?
well, look
And I
at
think-
Brooklyn.
and I- you know,
Brooklyn failed fast. You know.
They
That's
did,
the thing.
but they got hurt. I mean, no
I love them.
excuses.
Which is-
Everyone's getting hurt. You know what I mean?
It's
But
kinda
But that's the thing too. You know, injuries are going to happen.
That's
too,
true.
So you kind
That's
of
a
do
part
have
of
to
the
stack a team. Yeah, you kind of do have to do it.
I'm in love more with the idea of what Brooklyn can be than the actual team. That's why I wear their shit.
let me ask you guys this: you think they win this one? Do you think they'd repeat?
You're talking about Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Nah.
I think so.
You
I
think-
think
you
if they
think
win
so?
this year, I think they're gonna be like the new Golden State.
Because yeah, that's what I was
Like,
about
I
to
think-
say.
I
That's
think
what I was
they're
gonna
gonna-
say. That's what I was
Like,
gonna
that's my honest opinion. But I also think Golden State's going to be really good too. I think Clay's coming back. And those are just really
that's
two really
crazy.
reliable
say. Hey, have
shooters.
y'all seen those records? I didn't know Clay has like 80 points in like 88 seconds or something crazy. Or
It was like 60 points
points.
in like the third quarter or
60
something. Or no,
points.
like no. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, but it kind of alludes to like how much were you leaving the guy open? You know what I mean? Like how was he making all these points so quick?
You're asking the wrong question.
What is it then?
Why isn't like he just can't miss? You know what I
Shut
mean?
up.
Like
That's a
that's
sharp
just
shooter.
it's like
That's a
it's like
bucket
no.
getter.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
No. Same thing happened to Larry Bird. Same thing happened to Larry Bird.
Nah.
Okay.
What kind of defense fell apart for that last
He couldn't miss. Why can't he miss? That should have been your question. Jelani, why can't he miss?
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
think
about to say,
so.
that's a shooter.
Sometimes it
He's a
happens.
sharpshooter.
You talking about Clay?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he's-
he was
he's
saying,
good.
like, how comes
You
you
can put
know?
him on another team and he's still going to shoot like that.
That's true.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's that deal.
No.
He don't prove that. He kind of sits in the shadow of.
So you think if Ja Morant
Curry, though,
leaves
you know?
the Grizzlies, you think he won't be the same? Because I don't. I think you put that kid anywhere, he'll probably be the same.
That's an
Yeah.
interesting thought. I never thought about that.
Yeah, you can put Ja anywhere.
You think trading players really fucks with their like moral,
Absolutely.
like their morale, and
Yeah. You're not the
like,
number one guy
Maybe
no
they
more.
wanted to stay somewhere.
That and then team chemistry. You know, you can't.
They might
just,
hate the city they're in.
LA. That's going to be the test for LA. You never know. Like their team chemistry might be off. They might have all all the
I
weapons
always-
they need, but if they don't know how to play together, they can't play together.
Yeah, exactly. I always assume like that's the downfall of a super team is everybody wants to fucking be the star, right?
Like I said, one
True.
basketball.
But I think that's where Durant and Westbrook bumped heads because they said they kind of.
I mean, but they were really young. But
Yeah.
imagine if they would all stayed in OKC.
I mean-
you would have had Harden over there too.
That would have been
The hope-
crazy.
That's what I'm
That would've
saying.
been crazy.
It's like man,
The
Kevin.
hope should be that you're pushing each other, right? Like all of y'all are gonna make each other great.
That's true, yeah.
But at the same time, at some point, ego has to get in the way because you want your stats to be up too, right? You want to be the best on your team.
Absolutely, you
But
should. think
LeBron's gonna feel like shit if he's like the third or second best scoring. Like,
I think
you know what I
it's-
mean?
It's all about finding that balance, though. Like, I would say one thing with Brooklyn, that's where they fail, because think about it. KD hit that one shot to bring him, keep the game going in overtime, but that last minute shot, Durant
He was
airballed
tired.
it. He
He
should
was
have
tired
shot
as
that.
shit.
That's when
Yeah,
Harden
he-
should have took that
yeah,
shot,
yeah.
That's about finding the balance in the
No,
team
you're
and
right.
finding the chemistry.
Man, I love watching game winning shit. You don't forget that shit. I feel like this
Yeah.
last season we witnessed a lot of history and we won't like appreciate it till later. We were like, yeah, we were all You saw that shit.
Watch it,
Like
yeah.
I saw Dame's fucking highest point.
Yeah, right.
Game, like,
yeah, I'm about to say we sat here and watched that. Yeah, we sat here and watched that.
Bro, we were
That
just
was
having
crazy.
conversation and we just kept being like, what is going on? We couldn't even
guy
talk. We couldn't talk.
He couldn't
because
miss or what?
Yeah, just we saw his highest point, and it was just abnormally like getting our attention. You know what I mean?
So yeah.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
dog,
what?
what's going on? Are you noticing? Like he's just
Is that
splashing?
58? It's like,
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah, but imagine like you just watch this shit passively, and someone's doing so good it takes your full attention. You're like, whoa, I need his card now.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I mean, a good example of that is the Olympics. We won, but we also lost. We also lost twice.
Are you talking about the hood, Are you talking about the Hood Olympics with the crates?
Oh, let's get into that.
Okay.
Let's get
We gotta
into
buy some
that.
crates.
You know
Good
what's crazy is I was gonna
change,
talk
good
about the
change.
actual Olympics. I don't give a shit. This is way better.
Let's go.
This is way
Let's
better.
go. So what do you
I
think?
want to try it. We should get some crates. I can get crates at work. Easy.
Are you for real?
Fuck yeah.
For
You
real?
want to try it?
Yeah,
Let's do
we'll
it.
set it up at the court.
Oh my
Me and
god.
Joe, we were just talking about that earlier doing it at
You
the
know
court.
what's crazy?
Y'all see how many
Yeah.
people fall, right?
You know what's nuts?
Yeah, we'll get some mattresses.
You know, they all thought they could do it too,
That's
right?
what about to say the same shit. About to say the same
I'm
shit.
sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
About to say the
I
same
cut
shit.
you.
No, it's just like no. I'm one of those people where I'm like I got the best balance in the world, dog. I ain't worried.
I thought about that,
but I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
have
I'm
better
about to say I got
balance than
some
I
pretty
do
good
now.
balance too, but I'm not walking across no crate.
Hell yeah.
I don't see
some people have done it though.
No, I feel like I've done it my whole
Can
life.
it be done? Can it be done,
Yeah,
Brandon?
I've done it my whole life as a metaphor, so why can't I do it? You know?
There you go. As a metaphor, well, there you go. I'm
know what
just
I mean?
saying,
I can
walking
do it.
across crates.
I can do it.
No, but
I can do
I'm
it.
asking right now, if at the crate challenge, people have completed it.
Not that
Can you?
Well,
Can you look? Can you?
no,
Can you
yes,
see?
yes.
What you call it?
Is it?
You haven't seen the
I've
girl
seen-
do it
I've
in
seen-
heels? she did it in
is
high
that the-
heels.
Oh no, I watched that one girl like she was scared and she ran down it. But she
Yeah,
made it,
yeah.
but she made it though.
Yeah, she did.
made it.
I saw that
So don't
on
talk
YouTube.
shit. It's like she ran down
and
that
they said
shit.
she got like $2,000 from it, from everybody betting. Yeah.
Oh,
They said she made like $2,000 from everybody out there.
damn, that's dope. I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah,
smart.
A girl did it in heels though, high heels. Can you
forgot about
imagine that?
You can't do no.
Man, if that
'cause
heel
you got
fell
the
in a hole,
Oh, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
you would break your like you literally, yeah, you would
man.
snap your ankle.
Nah. I mean, we could show crate videos, but you know which one? The one that was my favorite was the one that you sent me. Man, should we show that one?
Which one were they?
Where like this dude's going up it and he's at the very top and this kid literally just
kicks it.
Oh, that's not even fair though.
That's-
That's fighting.
I haven't seen
dude,
that
you
one.
That's a video, man.
I'd be throwing crates.
I
at that kid.
haven't seen that.
That falls in the people ain't shit category.
Wow, I know.
That was so messed up. But it was funny.
Here we go.
And he was all the way at the top.
You want to? Yeah. Do you want to see this one or what? You can pull this up. You remember the process over here? Here it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look, he's down for a minute there.
that hurt.
I love how the
That's funny, but that hurt.
milk crate challenge.
Oh.
And I love how it says, "Dude gets kicked." Like that's the title.
Dude get kicks down by
Dude
kid.
gets kicked. No, let's go back. I'm sorry.
See,
One more time.
kids doing shit.
All right, one more time. But look how slow and smooth. Oh, look at this. At what point? Oh my God, the precision.
Oh, you're right,
Right,
though. He
he
took that
was,
middle
though.
one out. He kicked both of them. That's like a double. That's what you need to do when you throw the
you
ball
know
at the
the best
carnival.
part?
You hit them in the middle.
Y'all are missing the best part. The homie in the blue is the fucking one inciting this. Look at him. He looks like he's gonna do some shit.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm
He looks like,
yeah.
He's like,
Didn't
look,
he do
look at
it?
this. Those are fighting hands.
I know. Did
And
he do
ain't-
it?
No, look. He's like, fuck it, I'll do it. He's like, you ain't gonna do it. I'll take care of him.
I didn't even see that. I thought it
Anyways.
was the same one.
Yeah.
That's still dope, though. Well, not really. That guy got hurt.
And at least they're on grass because there's a lot of people that do that shit on concrete.
Oh man. Yeah.
Brand wants to do it in the court.
Like I got friends hitting me
Well,
up.
on the side.
Shout out
On
to
the
my,
side.
shout out to my other friend Brand, and he's gonna do it in like different ways and get it way more creative with it. Like he ordered a bunch of crates. But it's just nuts because I wish I owned a crate business now. Because what?
They're selling
All
them
you
now.
need is some dumb shit with your product for real. Like,
Crazy.
what's the next one? Like we just find multiple uses for like.
I've literally thought about doing some stupid shit like that too, like crawling up some shit, doing stupid shit. But you never think something blows up like that. It's crazy. Like,
Right.
Because it's
It is-
usually,
really, though, it's just like-
usually people who are
Well,
trying to
here's
are
what it
the
is.
ones that blow up.
Here's what it is. It starts with
They're dumb.
It starts with one dumbass, right? On top of that, nobody's done the challenge. The original height that it was it? Do you remember the original one was like really fucking high?
No, I haven't. I just
Yeah,
seen
it
this
was.
now.
It was.
Yeah, everyone's
But
just like little bitch shit. Like,
I'm gonna say, yeah, a lot of people have been doing it.
that's
It looks like
bullshit.
the max
Nah,
height
shout out
is
to
what,
the,
like
shout out
6
to the
grades?
OG. The OG needs his due, like his praise, because he really thought he could fly for some reason.
OG needs his flowers, but you're fucking bored to think of some shit like that.
I get, yeah.
Dog, how much you got to be thinking though to balance and wobble with your feet like this? You know, these are your legs like this.
It's,
Like you're standing there freaking out and shit. Hey,
Oh, what's that one that you
like how much
showed
of that
me?
do you do?
I seen that one
That
with
big
that
dude
ladder.
when he was on top and he
That's
was
the
just-
original.
Oh.
That's the OG. He's the OG.
Oh yeah, he's the one who started
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Man,
But that's what I'm trying to tell you is like imagine thinking, all right, you finally stop wobbling. You're like, I got this.
he said up
Deep
there
breath,
for-
dog. Deep breath. I'm gonna take this one step.
No, no, because it
That
looks
was a
like they
cool
have
3
it.
minutes.
Yeah.
He was sitting there. You're like this.
Trying to catch his bat, like, hold on, I'm gonna get it.
He sat there for a while doing.
I fucking love it.
Oh.
I love it. Yeah, that did not work out.
Did he make it?
No,
He
Fucking
fell at the top.
Made it.
How did he fall?
Made it in survival. Like,
Did he step down? That's how he fell, or
He
he
took,
just?
he just
Yeah,
took the one step.
That's
down.
how.
Yeah,
That's
the
how
one
I've seen
step
how.
down,
That's
yeah.
how people
Those
get
ones.
it. Is the down? They can get up, but it's the down.
My
'cause
favorite
it's
ones,
shifting your balance.
Yo, my favorite ones are when the crates start to fall out under you as you're running down them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Some Indiana Jones
Does that
shit.
count?
What's up?
Do the crates have to still be standing?
That's a good question. I think it counts.
I know on the
You
bet.
got down.
I was gonna say on the bet, Jalani, the crates have to stay up or what?
I mean, does it count if someone kicks you?
Yeah,
or
that's
shit?
what. But that girl, they stayed up though when she did.
No, when
when
she
ran
just
down.
slipped. Yeah, all she did
I'm
is
about to say
slip
she
at
just
the
slipped at
end.
the
But
end.
I would
yeah.
too. She
You know,
was
But
momentum.
I
she
will
kept
say-
them.
she-
They didn't
yeah,
fall
no,
over.
she did work. Yeah.
I will say the one thing I noticed: the chick that did it in heels, she kept her whole body and her shoulders like kind of level. So there is some. You do
But
have to have some.
do you
like,
think the
posture to
heels
it,
did that though? Because the way the heels.
balance?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say like you're kind
'Cause I
of
was
perched
thinking of that
up,
when she
but-
was walking across, like maybe heels.
Dude,
But you
already
still
have to
got
have
that
good
one
balance
though.
in
You
heels
still got
anyway.
that one that's like this though, and those
Yeah,
great
it was-
holes.
it
You know what I'm
was-
saying? Like
she had
the
some
last thing-
high heels on.
last
It
thing-
was crazy.
Last thing I'll say about this, and we can switch topics, was the one where the dude kicks the crate. I think I remember rewatching it so many times and being like, "Damn, the crate he landed on is like bent." Like imagine how hard you gotta hit that shit. to just,
yeah,
like,
people are
his
getting-
whole chest, with his whole chest, he's like getting up all slow, looking at the kid all pissed. Like
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
probably in
Getting
so
fucked
much.
up on that
That
shit.
shit has to hurt.
Anyways, Brandon, hit the topics. What else we got on that?
Well, I wanted to hear your Green Day story.
All right, so
That was
this is, I'll
curious.
tell this story super fucking quick. I just remember this.
Green Day.
This is super random.
I like Green Day.
Billy Joel specifically. Well, yeah, I had a huge.
So
thing
wait,
with
which
too.
one's Billy
I mean,
Joel?
like, but I don't listen to them
The
that
main
much,
one.
but I do
wait,
like
wait,
them.
which
Main-
one
main
again
one.
is Billy Joel?
Main one.
Because some people might not know.
The main dude, the main singer.
Okay, that's because I didn't know.
Yeah, eyeliner dude.
Some people might not know. Some people.
For sure.
You good?
I remember like Boulevard Broken Dreams, Holiday was like the best fucking Green Day shit. I'm sure you were super into that shit.
Good Riddance by Green Day was my
I listened to
graduation
Lil-
song.
Oh,
nice.
Little Green
Pump,
Day.
Lil Pump.
Lil
So
Green.
goddamn.
That song gives me my.
Called him Green Doe at the day.
It's a good song.
Anyways,
Did you hear me, Joe?
what's up?
Good Riddance by Green Day was my
That was-
graduation song.
Bro, if you really go back, do y'all remember like the Dookie time period and all that? It was like the beginnings before they even blew up.
I think
No.
that song
Oh,
does
man.
sound familiar actually.
Yeah, like, well, anyways,
Give people.
like you can really go back and find old shit. That's how I feel about Frank Ocean. But anyways, I'm just saying you can always keep artists there that you don't figure their whole discography, so something's always new. Anyways, so fucking met this dude. Actually, this was like a Craigslist ad, I think. And shout out to Vince, because I think he follows the page. This dude basically had me doing monologues, and I was like trying out to actually be in like acting and stuff. And this dude had kind of like found Billy because he would go to this club and he would like snuck in when a guitarist was like absent or sick or something. So he filled in one day, sneaking in, acting like he was like of age and shit. And he actually just ended up like doing it a few times and stuck in the group and shit. And this dude was telling me like first person accounts of like how he helped the group because he like was an A&R at Warner Brothers and shit. And so yeah, this dude would help me. And I remember he would pay for like my photo shoots, and he would pay for like he would drive me around. He would drive 45 minutes from like Santa Rosa back to fucking like Berkeley and like in California in my office, and he would trip out that like all the shit I was doing. And I just remember I wasn't that great, right? Like acting's really fucking hard. And I learned about like SAG and like all the fucking
It is hard.
yeah, it's super underrated and shit. But maybe
Was that Actors Guild, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and there's many different things, and just like anything else, like you should have a union so you get paid and you don't get taken advantage of and shit. Funny story about the Power Rangers, by the way. They didn't get paid shit back in the day.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn,
Yeah,
for real?
Yeah, because they didn't have a union. They got taken advantage of. I was tweeting about that today.
That's
They're
why
about
they
to
do the
come out with a
Comic-Con
new,
still.
They're coming out with a new Power Rangers though.
For sure, but this was like it took them 20 years to get real like benefits. Basically,
Damn,
they were getting
that's
shit.
tragic.
Yeah, there's really cool
And Power
stories.
Rangers, I know they made a lot of money.
Y'all can
from
watch
that.
documentaries.
Everybody
on that.
grew up watching Power
Oh,
Rangers.
yeah,
I
hell
love
yeah.
Power Rangers.
Hell yeah, the movie and everything. And they
All
got paid
that,
shit, bro. And
Ivan News.
The old one, right? Where
Yeah,
that lady
that
would
chick-
make the clay things.
What's her
And
name?
she'd put it in that
What's
in
our
that, in that
crush?
thing.
Who's the Pink Ranger? What's her name?
Kim.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
she even got like
Kimberly.
electrocuted and shit, and it's all these like things that wouldn't happen on like a professional set where if they're taking, yeah, like there was a lot of shit. Like there's hazard pay in like acting, and there's like a lot of shit that like oh they work with smoke, oh they work with
Bulk and
fireworks,
skull.
oh they work with fire. Like I'm just saying, like underrated. This guy helped me a lot, and it was just a cool fucking experience. A bunch of like weird shit. Like I never had somebody take an interest in me like that, but. He also had a bunch of Emmys and things like that, like for television, and just a super cool all around dude. And he's looking for other talent all the time. Like he has other people that he invests into and puts them on pods, and has like showcase people that are like show hosts in a sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, just I thought that was the coolest shit because I was like, dang, I'm first person account of somebody who did this and had this job. And yeah, another misconception is like, this dude isn't going to change my life. I have to be really fucking talented and put in the work. You know what I mean? I can know all the important people in the world, but if I'm not going to do my due diligence and actually be passionate about whatever art form and shit, it don't matter how fucking much you want something, to be honest with you.
Well, you definitely gotta will it into existence.
For sure.
Like you definitely you
and
do
this
have
is-
to want
and
it,
this
but
is-
then you can't just like sit on a couch and want it.
For sure. And in a sense, I'm sitting on the couch and I want it, but I'm doing it way
Yeah,
more.
but-
I'm doing it way more authentically, and I'm not acting. You feel me?
No,
So I can
but-
I can still do it in my own way and still.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the whole reason, you know. It's
You
like
real, bro. Be real, because
Yeah, yeah.
actors are fake. I don't trust no actor, bro.
Straight
Think
up.
about it. The actor, that's their job.
That's the
to
hard part, is
pretend to be something
Yeah, yeah,
different, man.
Yeah, the fact that
They can
someone
make good lawyers.
They
the fact
get
that-
so serious into
Well,
that shit too, though. They really
Yeah,
think
yeah,
they
they
that
really-
person, or
yeah.
everything, or vice versa. You know, they're usually
considering that you can think of something and trigger an emotion so intensely, like damn, that's powerful, dog. Oh, if I want to manipulate you, you just
Yeah, they
assume
could
you
easily-
assume an
yeah,
actor's a
that's-
good manipulator. Right?
Yeah,
Like, maybe
yeah.
that's the misconception.
They're liars.
Little negative-
In other words,
Yeah, it's a
They're
negative
liars.
stigma, obviously. I wouldn't say that, but
they're
yeah,
fake.
I don't know. I mean,
They
like,
pretend.
if they ask, you know, I would try it. I definitely would if they were like, because I mean, you know, you definitely, I don't know. Even in basketball, I act. Pump fakes an act.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, but I'm getting
I
deep now.
flopped
You know
one
what I'm
time
saying?
and
Or
I-
defensive line.
I know, called
Defensive
it.
line. Fake them out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you got
Like,
it.
Hey,
but
I never-
I'm thinking about it.
I never
People
thought.
say-
Hold on, I never thought about this. I never realized this because I'm not this type of person. But are you guys? Do you think you are the same person with everyone?
Absolutely not.
I am.
Yeah, I'm
And
about to say I
I didn't
am,
realize.
too.
No,
I didn't realize that. I didn't.
I tried it.
I
yeah,
am.
don't
That's
try
not
it.
it's
true.
a problem.
I
No,
would say so.
It's a problem for me because like,
Everyone's lying now.
bro,
That's
I'll,
fine.
No.
I'll
You
tell.
call it cap.
Yeah, everyone's lying now. Apparently,
I'm gonna
except
tell you
me.
why.
That's bullshit.
I'm gonna tell
That's
you why.
bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
though.
go ahead.
Because it gets me in trouble. Like I'll tell my family shit that I probably should just tell you guys. Like I'll be super blatant and like like I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'll
Fellas
literally
act like female.
I will tell my mind to anybody the same way I would like I'll talk to my mom the same way I would you guys, and that's not good. You know,
You
what I
wouldn't
mean?
talk. No, but see, I'm not. Yeah, no, I could call you.
I
on
mean,
some
it's-
stuff, but
it's-
it's like, but I'm not going to. Like, you
I
know
get
what I
you,
mean?
I
Like,
get you.
but I know.
She wouldn't-
It's
wouldn't-
not
it's
that you're
not that-
acting. It's not that you're acting. It's like the three face things.
It's-
Like,
and it's
if
not-
you want to show your people in public, like we're doing the podcast, I don't want to come off as a dick. But
Yeah, yeah.
some people think I'm a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Show
it's
the
like,
world who you are, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
no.
hold back. Show them that.
I'm an asshole sometimes, man. I can be. I was a sergeant in the army. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole sometimes. But legitly, like some people love me and some people respect me but at the same time, they only got a glimpse of who I really am. No one actually knows who you really are. Only you know who you really are. So they might perceive you as this something, but the reality is like you're not. So no matter what you say, you're still like, you're just adding to the act of what they see, not what you see.
But everybody has a different perception of you, so that's why you shouldn't change up who you are. Just be who you are, because
absolutely.
They're gonna judge either way. They're gonna make up their own perception either way. So that's why, for me, I don't switch. Like the way I'm around y'all, or the way I'm around anybody I'm around. I'm just like that, because I am who I am. If you don't like it, all right, get in line. There's a lot of people that don't fucking like me.
I'm 100% like that with friends and family.
You just gotta be who you are.
You know, sometimes it's good to be like that, but if you're going for a job interview, you're not gonna just be like, oh hey, you know what I mean? I'm being honest. You're not gonna
which
be
is
like,
true. You do have to kind of act
like
in a way, but
100%. Okay, if I'm going to
I go on a job interview and act just like myself.
If you're going,
a lot of people.
I don't know.
You'll get hired easily.
I still call it.
This is an interesting topic.
I still call it.
You would get hired easily though.
How do you know How do you know what authentic is?
You know what's crazy?
Let me ask you right now. How do you know what authentic is? Because you've done you've never lied. You've never tried to do that.
You said you would get hired instantly, right? Kind of true, because the companies have to have the like the minor, right? Yeah. Okay, but check this out. I feel like my whole life, I got the advantage because I looked white, but on paper it said they hired a Hispanic. I feel like that looked good. I feel like I had an advantage. I don't know.
It might be. It might. Hey, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it is America. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
yes and no.
I do think, even though I'm Hispanic, because I look white, we talked about this, that I have not only had some white privilege in life, but it's also been used against me.
There's no such thing as white privilege.
There kind of is.
I mean, to a certain extent, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's a privilege. Everybody has a privilege to a certain situation. That's like, okay, I go out on a basketball court. They're gonna pick me up just because I'm tall. That's my privilege. That's why I said it just depends on the situation.
There's definitely more preconceptions.
White privilege, yes, to a certain extent. It depends on what you're talking about, though. If you're talking about society, or if you're talking about an encounter with a police officer, yeah, to an extent, there's a thing called white privilege, but. Overall, everybody's privileged in a certain way. A star athlete at a high school gets away with doing bullshit just because he's privileged and he's the star athlete that's bringing attention to the school. So it just depends on the situation, in my opinion. Just
to shut us all up, what is one example of just plain white privilege, like basic?
Well, you said it. The job. I mean, yeah, that's real. Yeah. They do discriminate. They changed it. There's laws out there that they're not allowed to.
Too, right? Like if they don't have a single black person at their company, you might, we finally found a person who...
Yes and no, but all you got to do is hire that one black person and you met your quota, and they don't have to hire any more black people.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Another thing,
made a law like that.
Housing though, like they discriminate in housing. You're not supposed to do that, but like neighborhoods and stuff like that, they discriminate. That's
100%.
Privilege. White people get better homes, and they actually, it's proven that they can sell a house more and make more money than a black person can. That's proven.
Yeah. Is it called like redlining? Is that what it is?
I don't know what it's called. It's called bullshit.
You know, in the O.J. Simpson trial, when they showed his house, they took all his pictures down. They did.
And then
they took all the pictures of the African American, like real shit, his family, and they put all these fake pictures and everything.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything though?
The perception that you're trying to paint to the jury.
Another thing, like that's a good example of
it's 100%.
Not white privilege, but just privilege in general. The O.J. Simpson trial, they knew. Okay, a lot of people don't know. All right, Rodney King had just got beat. There's a lot of controversy with the LAPD. Mm-hmm. But okay, now you have O.J. Simpson, a superstar, star athlete. The man was on top of the world. The man was like Michael Jordan.
He was. Legit.
He had privilege. That's a part of the reason why he got away with murder, is because of his privilege. He had privilege because of who he was. That's just...
Acquitted.
That's one of the situations to look at something outside of white privilege. White privilege is a thing, but there's also privileges and different...
privilege.
It just depends on stardom. You're a top-notch celebrity. You're gonna be you're gonna be treated differently than everybody else.
We while we're on this topic, there was one topic that Brandon had asked me. This was his question. This is one of the very first ones. How did you word it, Brandon? You're like, what's the proper way to refer to a friend that's black, basically? It was kind of like that. How did you word it? This is your question.
How did you word it? This is your question.
How did you word it? Brandon? You're like, what's the proper way to refer to a friend that's black, basically? It was kind of like that. How did you word it? This is your question. Like, how would you introduce somebody like, this is my black friend? Like, and
Like, this is my friend, bro.
look.
The
Here's my
proper way
answer.
to describe a black person without sounding racist.
I was
Or
saying
does it sound
African American.
racist?
I said African American.
Say
I don't
this,
think it really matters. Just say this.
say this is my brown friend.
Just say this is my friend.
Yeah, just say this is my friend. That's it.
No,
And,
not-
like
I
my
think-
I
dad-
tell people I'm brown. I'm not black.
I tell people I'm American.
I think it was because
I'm brown.
what had happened was
Or that too.
I say
That's another
American.
thing.
I
Yeah.
say what's up.
It's funny,
And
it's funny
everyone's
because
mixed.
this actually is because of Cam. Before like we met Cam. Anyways, so my friend's parents, long story short, they were just driving around their golf cart in Fair Oaks, and Cam started following them and was like talking shit to them, like, "Oh, y'all are following me. I'm gonna do something, like blah blah blah, And they call and whatever they called the cops. They went to the police station, and like Kurt's dad, he was like all afraid of like saying that he was black. He's like, and just letting he said this inside the police station. He just stood up and said, and just to let everybody know, we are not racist. He was black.
But
that is real too, though. People
But
get
why-
scared.
but-
They can't, yeah,
but
like,
why
it's
did
stupid.
but why did that person have to feel the need to feel that way?
I
But
don't
that's
know.
the thing though. That's the
That's multiple
issue. That's what
times,
people
though.
deal with.
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you a thing
That's,
about
so that's what I was saying,
Cam.
because he probably didn't want to, because he didn't want to say like, oh, he was black. He didn't want to sound racist.
But
So what's the proper
But
way
why
to like
why would he
describe?
sound racist though? Is it because they know how the police treat black people, or the fact that
That's a good
you could be a
point.
Karen, or
Yeah, why
you
do
just
you
over.
even have to
That's
specify?
That's why, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why
That's,
should you even have
that's
to
something
specify?
you would have to ask him though, I guess.
But like, all right, well, I don't know if we could talk about Cam on the podcast.
Yeah, he's not here to defend himself. Yeah, yeah, that's
To
what I'm saying.
generalize, you should be
But
generalizing.
all right,
I just thought it was a
generalize.
coincidence that it happened
People,
to be
just like
Cam.
I was telling you earlier,
That is
Joe, when
weird.
me and you were
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah, I was
like,
about to bring that up. Go
black
ahead.
people deal with PTSD. Like,
What
when
were What were we talking about?
or damn, I can't. I'm using names. Edit this out though.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
what
is
I mean
off the
too. I was
podcast.
like-
Look, but when he threatened to call the police on Cam and Cam freaked out, that's because Cam's dealt with the police before and he's been
Yeah.
in situations where he's scared of the police. He's
Yeah.
terrified of them. That
I'd be too.
That
I'd
man
be too. He is
dipped
scared
out
of
and
the
they say
police.
he left all his stuff. They
Yeah,
didn't, he didn't grab
even-
anything.
We're gonna-
That's PTSD, bro. He don't
we're
been in
gonna
a situation
transition
where
into some deep
like
shit.
That's real true.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
just-
transition into some deep shit. This is real deep. All
But
right.
edit that because I said
I'll figure this out. Figure this out. Look, okay.
You can drop name.
The reason this came up was
say his
because
name.
the reason this came up was because we were talking about serving your country.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Ready?
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
No,
He's coming from the perspective of the parents and being raised in
Yeah, I grew up in the military.
environment, right?
I grew up I was a military brat. I grew
Okay.
up. Yeah, my dad was
I
in
remember. I
military.
remember the first episode.
Granddad was
sure.
in the military.
We all know each other here.
And
My brother was. My brother is. He's about to retire.
And basically,
actually.
we were getting to the conclusion that the pride that an African American takes might not be the same. I guess fully African American, because you are African American, might not be the same that you would take, because you maybe not have experienced, like, let's say his like grandparents or his dad or his,
No, absolutely.
And that's just super
Absolutely.
interesting perspective, because I'd never heard that. I just assume anybody that's done anything in the government or anything, you just have this overwhelming, like, I served, and I'm like,
No, I don't
But-
think everyone sees it that way. But
it seems it's more transactional and like less of a prideful thing from what you were trying to get across.
All right, so the conversation earlier was the military and how, like, for instance, I guess we'll say white people in the military, they take pride in being American, being in the military, serving for their country, whereas a black person in the military, not that they don't feel pride in serving in the military, but it's like the pride is different because they put their lives on the line to fight for a country that at the end of the day wouldn't fight for them, like in a sense of, the racial injustice and stuff like that. But the perspective is, I was telling him about what my dad told me was, for him, joining the military was just having a career. He doesn't fall in, even to this day, like he doesn't,
That's what my.
he kind of,
But
not that he talks bad about the military, but he doesn't, yeah, I served in the military, but, at the end of the day, I'm a black man. They don't,
I think times were different back then, and that's why they think that way. And I
But-
think that's exactly why my dad thinks the way that your dad
And
thinks.
that's what-
Because
but-
it's like the difference now is African American, white, whatever, mixed race. People that are in the military now, they're in the military because they wanted to be here. Like,
Yeah.
we did it as a career, you know what I mean? Like, but there's a lot of people that bitch. But there's a lot of people like our dads who did do it as a career, but they were also like, or wanted to do it as a career, but they were also kind of forced into doing it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? For a country that didn't fight for them, and you're absolutely fucking right. And you know what I mean? But now it's like, our dads to see people in the military bitch, and it's like they have no idea how easy we got it now compared to what
when
they had it. So,
and then
but I think everyone takes pride.
Yeah, and I was saying at the end of the day, you're going to take pride just because you put in the time.
Oh,
you put in the commitment. You gave the commitment to it. You put in the time. So you're going to take pride in it. But I just think, that's just, like you said, and I even told him too, I was like, I think in the future with everybody, thinking differently the way we are, it's going to get better. You're going to have African Americans that are, they love their country. They're proud to serve in the military. But I mean, until then, you're going to have the ones that are going to be like, well, it was just a job. I just needed to take care of my family, and that's what my dad told me. Because my dad told me, like, he told me to never, he's like, don't join the military. He's like, only do that if that's your last resort, if you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
That was just
but
and
I didn't have anything to do. No, exactly. I had nothing to do, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't hard or it wasn't scary. You know what I mean? Like, shit was most crazy, like I said on the first episode, craziest, most exciting, most great, like it's one of those, but I don't know what the future holds, but at the same time, looking back on it, like, I'm glad I risked it. You know what I mean? I'm glad I did it. Like, right. I could have been like, most people have been like, well, I could have done it. You know what I mean? It's like, no, right. I did it. And now, you know what I mean? Like, I can speak to it instead of being like, well, I could have done it and this is what I think. You know what I mean? But it's like, no, you didn't do it, so how can you speak like that? You know what I mean? Like, real shit. But I know. But I understand.
I wasn't built for that shit.
Nah, I think everyone can do it. I'm telling you. I think it's
everybody can't do that shit. Hell no.
It's in here. Damn.
I don't think everybody can do that. You can.
I think so. I really do think you could.
Me growing up being a military brat though, I mean, like, bro, I love America. I love my military. They at the end of the day, it's respect, because I wouldn't be able to do the things I am able to do if it wasn't for them. Like, these people put their lives on the line for me, and I always keep that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my dad might talk all that junk, or even my brother's ready to get out of the military, but it's like, you did me a service. A lot of times when I see vets, I tell them thank you, because, like, shit, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk this bullshit on YouTube if it wasn't for them, because it's crazy in a lot of other countries. And
that you can't even do
America,
shit, yeah.
Like, our troops don't even just protect us. They protect Europe and a lot of other countries as well. So
this is true. Now, I just wanted y'all to touch on that. I got really into that. I wanted y'all's opinions more than anything. I just wanted to hear.
No, there's always different perspectives on everything, though. That's just
for sure.
That's why I said it just
clearly I had nothing to say, because like I'm trying to learn from this.
Yeah, that's just everybody has their perspective on things. Brandon? Everybody's perspective is different too.
What's up on the list?
I was gonna say one thing. I think me and you have experienced a lot of things too, because we've also traveled a lot more abroad. Like, I know you've traveled. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I've been to different countries and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's kind of okay. So the conversation started because we were talking about Afghanistan. You said you were, how we was talking about how it kind of, through. Like, we've been seeing this our whole life. The stuff going on in Afghanistan and
our lives.
There. Our lives. We've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I was telling him how I was a Desert Storm baby. That's how I was born. Like, my dad went to the desert, came back.
Honestly, that shit.
Y'all know the rest, but I'm
really
here.
That shit's messing me up the most right now.
What'd you say? Both of y'all said something at the same time.
Go for it.
I wasn't saying that.
You alright?
Oh.
Okay.
No, that shit's messing me up the most right now, though, is shit in Afghanistan, because it just seems like, how can you continue this shit? Because when I was 11, I was telling him this shit was happening. I remember being a tiny little kid, and then, like, bro, I wish I really could right now. I could call in my mom and be like, bro, this shit messed me up psychologically. I was writing letters about it. I was, like, trying to see how I could, like, change and what would be different, and wishing that the world was at peace and shit as an 11-year-old, like, writing about the Taliban as an 11-year-old, that messes me up, dude.
It's hard to wish for peace, man.
And I'm looking at, like, the kids at the court.
I mean, it's not hard to do it, but it's
no shit's changed. Like, what Do we just finally pillage the country? Are we done? What's next?
We didn't pillage the country.
Well, it just sounds real dumb because
they took back over the country.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's because we left. Our presidents aren't, we're not really there like that no more.
Bro. They're about to fucking. I just feel like we're about to go right back. That's what's annoying.
In a way, we do kind of enforce law and order around the globe, though. But it is because we're pulling out of there. That's why they're,
No, we're like we're taking a lot of people out of there too, and that probably wouldn't be able to get out of there.
Yeah.
And no one else is doing that shit.
Right. The UN ain't stepped in and tried to.
Ain't no one else helping them people. Well, to our knowledge, anyway. You know what I mean? But that's a big ask.
I'm just annoyed we would leave weapons behind, like knowing,
What?
And
we leave weapons on the south side of Chicago, bro.
You say that, but when you hear it's time to get the fuck out, or you hear a border, you're gonna get the fuck out.
Okay, so then what are y'all's thoughts on like people falling from these planes trying to escape and shit?
They
were trying. That shows you right there how desperate they are to get the fuck out.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the Americans that are stuck there still?
The Americans that are stuck there still?
Yep.
The Americans, in my opinion, they should the people that are stuck there that are American, because I know a lot of Americans got out.
Don't say they should have.
No, I'm not saying they should have, but there's a lot of times where it's the same thing. Like, for example, maybe you should get the COVID vaccine, right? Maybe you should, right? Like, that's what the government preaches right now. Maybe you should because you should because of the virus. I got vaccinated. Like, this is just an example. I'm just saying.
What does that have to do with it, though?
Watch. I'm getting to it. Because they say to do this, right? It's the same thing as saying, like, hey, we should probably get out of Afghanistan, or we should probably get out of Iraq if you're American. Like, that was said months ago. Like, so the troops, I get it. You know what I mean?
Was that like a public statement?
It's not a public statement, but it was said.
We did know that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They had Biden had actually Trump started them removing
exactly,
them, but Biden
exactly.
was like,
so exactly. Before you start, see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? Like, don't say something, and then that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but
okay.
But still, at the same time,
I got you though.
At the same time,
real talk though,
it still sucks though. I'm like, if I was an American and I'm stuck over there, I'm probably getting my ass brutally.
Probably, you know what I mean? But like, it is COVID times. We probably shouldn't be traveling anyway. Like, why are you over there? Like, why are you over there? Tell me why. Unless you're the troops, why are you over there?
I'll tell you one thing.
You just wanted to travel?
Could have family.
I'm just asking. I mean,
me
really
being
though.
overseas, yes. All right. The news is kind of being being dramatic about the Americans.
Never.
Being,
Well, yeah. You're right. No way.
About the Americans that are still there. Let me tell you something.
You're right though.
If the Taliban was to really torture or kill an American over there, that's an act of war.
Oh hell yeah.
We're gonna send every single troop. We're gonna send all our troops back over there.
That's what they want.
Okay, but it's like
they're not killing any Americans, bro. They know like that would start. That's an act of war.
Okay. The funny part is how that they're trying to act like this is like the friendly Taliban coming in and they want change and
just because they say they're gonna be friendly and you're over there, that's two different things.
They even got like a WhatsApp hotline where you can send complaints and shit.
I didn't know about that.
They trying to have some quotes law and order over there. The new regime taking over. It's interesting.
They've taken over, but I'm telling you, they're not.
Have you heard what the Taliban leader said?
It's a graveyard. I feel bad.
Like, yeah, he said, "Bring me." Well, this is like according to the news. He said, "Bring me all the 15-year-olds, like women," and he's gonna give them to the generals. Like, he asked for lists of the daughters.
But you know that's
that just tells you what that country is about to go through. That's sad.
Yeah, which is...
You know how many people wish they could send their daughters to this guy?
That is super wild.
I'm kidding.
That is super wild.
But I want y'all watching this. The Americans over there, they're going to be straight. I don't think the Taliban's that crazy that they'll hang an American and send it over to the U.S. That's an act of war. You're right. That's like you can't even fly over our airspace.
You're right
and
that
do
they
something
wouldn't.
Where we're not going to think it's an act of war.
But like our people would set some shit up to make it look like that.
They can, but
that's what they would do. And then the tally would be.
But I feel like the media.
They'd be like, why do shit? Why are we getting a drone strike?
Yeah, but why would you say that though? Why would our people do that? Like, why? Because what does that benefit though?
The money, bro. War. There's so much money to be
made.
Oh, just to start a war with the Taliban. So we're just gonna fake that.
We need to we need to justify.
You heard it here first.
Some people say September 11th though. That's what some people try to say. They try to say that, but
look, you know how many rounds are sitting around?
Where
just in general that we're not using, we're pumping every day. These companies have to make rounds. They need to sell them too.
Yeah.
They need a reason. So I'm just saying,
ammo?
like, when all this government
I
money
don't think
floods
there's
in
that
there
much
and
more.
shit. Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
what's America leaving weapons over there? Like I said, they leave guns in Southside Chicago.
They leave
so
the
you think they
blueprints?
care?
Did they leave the blueprints too? Like how to manufacture and make the guns themselves?
Man, look,
Bro,
I don't know.
if they had 3D printers in the South Side, yeah, they probably would leave the blueprints.
That's.
Probably, right?
I mean, I don't look.
Here's how to make your
I'm
home.
not there. I can't speak on it. You know what I mean? Like a reporter can tell me whatever the fuck he wants to tell me.
Yeah,
But at
we
the end
have
of the
to-
day, the reporter might just be an act too.
Right.
He might just be trying to stir some shit up, so I don't even really know what's going on there.
That's why I said
that's a
they're
real-
being dramatic about it, because
It's real,
ain't.
but if that's, I mean, like I said, like
I feel like we did what we could to try to help that country out. We can't do any more.
But
if
that
they were to
country been
kill an
running
American,
itself like
it's
that.
war.
It's
'Cause
been running itself like that for
Yeah, it's-
centuries.
Yep.
They've been at war for centuries.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about that.
For centuries.
My,
like Jerusalem and shit, and like that shit's back in the Bible. You know
my
what
best
I mean? Like, that
friend,
shit's
my
crazy.
best friend's Pakistani, and he actually was just in Pakistan. He just got back like last Wednesday, and he was telling me like, because we're thinking we're so focused on Afghanistan. He was telling me it's actually a lot of Pakistanians that are in the Taliban. It's not even. It's basically Pakistani and Talibans that are invading Afghanistan and trying to take over and stuff like that.
Did your friend have to travel with the card and shit?
Oh yeah, he said he kept
the vaccine card.
They no he didn't. They didn't make him do the vaccine card.
No.
Mm,
How
don't
can he
have the
travel?
vaccine. He's been gone. He's been
You're like, I
gone
don't know.
Yes,
He's been gone
it's
for
not
about a month.
mandatory yet.
He's been gone for about a month. They didn't
I'm
make him.
pretty sure it is mandatory.
He doesn't have the vaccine.
Oh, yeah, I thought to cross countries.
And they ain't wearing masks over there either. He was showing me they're not wearing masks and stuff over there either. They're just out
Damn,
there.
okay. I don't know. I thought for sure you couldn't even, like, there's some places
Bro,
I thought in the
yeah,
state
but
you couldn't even go, like,
there's-
without the fucking thing.
For sure, but there's other countries looking at the percentages of shit and they're not nearly as like worried.
Well, you know what Sweden did. You know, well Sweden's been like that since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
They're just letting the weak die.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. You gotta start
Just cleanse it out. Fuck.
Real shit.
But everybody's everybody's on board with that though. Like even the elderly people are okay with that. That's kind of in a way that's good. You know, that's at the end of the day, nature's gonna take its course. It's survival of the
true.
fittest. That's just
Yeah,
Could have
that is
sworn this was
true.
one of the topics, Brant. What was it? It has something to do with it. It was one of those topics. Brand's like,
Brandon about to fall asleep.
Brand's half awake. God damn.
No, he's on it.
He's like, I'm hella into it.
He is, though.
Because I remember you being like, we're about to do it, we'll remember it. It was something related to that. I think it had to do with like everybody getting sick. Oh, just the idea of being considerate to people because
Absolutely.
we were
You
saying,
should.
because like whether you believe it, you don't believe it, whatever the fuck, you were trying to be like, yo, if so-and-so's got it and you know you've been around him, you shouldn't be. And it was like, yeah, it's not even to be a dick. Like it's one thing if you're in a room one-on-one, right? But to knowingly have something or think you have something and then to go to a group of people, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
don't fucking be super inconsiderate.
AKA
like,
STDs. That's
even if-
illegal. If you know you have an STD. I'm just letting you know. Shout
I'm
out,
glad
guys
you said
and
that, bro,
girls.
because I just thought about R. Kelly, man.
It's-
What's
well,
it called?
Whoa.
No, let me tell
Yo.
you. Because R. Kelly was on trial today. He was on trial today. So look,
For what?
the witness came out and said that, you know, he knew he had herpes and gave her herpes. Like, that's beyond low. That's worse than being peed on.
Wait, he what?
He
He
knew he had herpes and gave her herpes. And even when she was like having outbreaks, he was still having sex with her and stuff like that.
I'm always
And told her
surprised.
that her pussy was broken. They had that on a testimony in court. Like that he said that, yeah.
All right, when I said nice, I just meant like
My bad, y'all. But we were thinking the same thing when you said it's,
I got you. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, yeah.
I was just
I
about
did.
to
I
say
was
that.
like, wow.
You
Because
said STD, yeah. People, but that's the thing. People out there like that, bro.
but you
People
should be
doing
more
that
considerate
shit.
to everybody.
Yeah.
So what's the key to not breaking the, you know what, next subject, we'll go back to
Just
this.
what to break in the shit.
Kids don't have sex.
yeah, exactly,
That's
yeah.
what we're talking about.
Well,
Wait
what's
till you're
the-
married.
And
Snoop, you got any comments on that?
that's right.
That's how he talks for real.
You heard him. Mic him up next time. So.
But yeah, R. Kelly was on trial. That shit crazy. I was reading that. shit.
Allegedly, we don't know if this is true. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Man.
I love it. You gotta be like them girls that you took home, right? Like
I used to think
I don't do that.
I used to think
I
R.
don't do
Kelly
that.
didn't do that shit, but R.
I
Kelly
was
did
outside
that
that
shit, bro.
courthouse. Man,
R. Kelly out here.
R. Kelly likes women, man.
you taking advantage of
There ain't
me.
nothing- There
He
ain't
had
nothing wrong.
sex
There ain't
slaves.
nothing wrong with. I know.
But the girls'
That's just
parents knew about it though.
You know what
They
the
kind of
problem
like.
is? The problem, though?
I don't know. That shit's
He
weird.
paid for it.
Yeah,
Like,
they
he was
kinda-
like, I'll give you this much money.
Yeah,
a
they
month
kinda-
to let your
yeah.
daughter
If
live
y'all
with me.
think Cosby was bad, if he did it, like I'm saying, and that's like even way
Yeah,
worse.
Cosby.
He got
did
out.
that shit, bro.
But like I'm saying, this was
Everybody was doing Quaaludes.
this was the blueprint to not get caught apparently. So all y'all
That's
asshole
key.
rappers out
Everybody
there
was
that
doing that shit.
somebody's out here kidnapping girls still. That's like worse than R. Kelly, just doing it without getting caught. 'Cause-
Oh yeah, most definitely.
yeah.
Hell, our politicians are doing that shit.
Politicians, you say? Sir, what do you know about politicians
I don't
and
know
young women?
anything. The government, if y'all are watching this, my name is John.
That's right. Facts.
John
No cap.
Stokely.
No cap. No cap.
It's John Stokely.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
Damn, why is that the common name everybody has?
They ain't finna come after me.
Sheesh.
It's like what they say. Every Filipina girl. It was a joke. It was like
Has
every
its thorn?
No, every Every Filipina
kidding.
girl that you could think of has like the most American name, and like literally the
Jennifer?
comic. Yeah, or so, and like he was like Mary, and literally I dated a Mary that was Filipina, so I was just like, damn. But everybody like, and like my buddy Joseph
Yeah, or
called
it's
me.
like a middle name or something.
Well, no, he called me tonight and he was like, "Oh man, there's this Indian girl, man. She's so pretty." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "What's her name?" And he was like, "Courtney." And I'm just like, "How are there so like, you know what I mean?" I'm just like, "Man, it's crazy because there's so many pretty names like in other, you know, like not
for sure,
like
for sure.
like."
Venus Filia or something.
You know,
have to
yeah,
make
like
shit
it's like
Yeah.
Courtney. You could have fucking said like
But you have
You
to.
could have
though.
been named after
Rainbow VMAX. You know, like I would have been like, hell yeah.
Took my thought.
You have to though
Took my
because
thought. What the fuck?
if they come
Okay.
over here and they have their original
Have who?
name and they apply for a job and somebody sees that,
That's
they gotta-
true. No,
you have to
actually,
have that.
that's a good point about
That's why
you
my
said
mom
with
should
the
have never
privilege
named me
shit.
Jalani because.
That's actually.
But for real though, that's
That's a
that's
good
why
point
they do
with the
that.
privilege
Because
shit.
not even like all
Oh, Courtney,
Asian people they
You're
do
saying
that.
you'd get callbacks if
This
your name
man
was
would be
Connor.
like-
If your name was Connor, you get callbacks.
Move fuck. That would be his name in like.
Wow.
Well, you know, I don't know.
Nah, bro, that was
Mandarin,
racist
but
as hell,
it'd be,
bro.
but nah,
kidding, bro. I'm just
realistically, bro, it'd be something like that. But he come
Totally
over here,
kidding.
his name's
Totally
like, you
kidding.
know,
John.
Yeah,
Nah,
so,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm John, bro.
But think about it though. Did you go to high school with any foreign exchange? Like even the foreign exchange
Yeah.
kids would change their names
They
to
would.
something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're right though.
Because
they would.
we went to
They would have a
school with this kid
nickname
in
or
sixth
something. You'd
grade.
be like,
yeah,
what?
you don't. That's just
This kid from Pakistan, his name was Sam, and
His name?
Sam, yeah.
Yeah.
But see,
Okay,
but
okay.
see, even at my work now, I work with a guy named, we call him Sam, but his name is Bassam. He's
Well, Bassam, that's kind of SAM at the end,
Let's
right?
just call him Sam. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
You don't
He
want.
goes-
You don't
he
want.
goes-
They
he
don't
goes-
want. They don't want. They don't want to shout
he goes
culture.
with
I don't
Sam.
know.
You don't respect his culture. Nah, it's fine,
He's
right?
funny though.
You don't have to respect your
One time, my boss went up to him, was like, "Let me hug you." He's like, "No, you'll trigger it." Like talking like the
Whoa.
bomb on his chest. Like he's cool. Like he's funny. Like
That's funny.
Yeah.
oh man.
Weird.
But this kid Sam though, he's from Pakistan.
I wish we could all just have super like ethnic random friends from other countries and shit. Everybody's the same based on where you live, right?
Yeah.
No.
Right? Are you tired of seeing all these people that look the same? You
No,
tired?
you're-
Bro, look. Let me tell you something. Remember I told you I got one of my best friends. He's from he's Pakistani. I got another friend that's from Sweden. Like, bro, I got a diverse crew.
Shit.
We call ourselves the minority team.
Wow.
For real, bro. I promise you.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I grew
That's
up.
pretty
No, we
fucking
did.
He
good.
doesn't
We
have a
did.
basketball name, but he's holding out over here.
We got.
we did
got
though call
Jordan.
ourselves that, bro. I promise you. That's just, bro. Come on, you guys just diverse, bro. You gotta be diverse.
Well, I'm gonna change the group chat to minority team extreme.
Go
or
ahead.
something.
What did you have it the other day? Like you switched it, and I had a
That's-
friend over,
Oh my
and I
God.
was like, "Oh fuck, through this shit." I throw my shit on airplane mode sometimes when I have a friend
think
over.
I changed the
'Cause
group.
y'all be-
Hold on,
yeah.
wait,
No,
wait, I'm gonna
'cause
say it.
it's-
I'm gonna
'cause
say it.
it's-
Let me say it. I changed the group name chat to all my hoes in one group chat.
That's not how.
I think you said something like
That's
that.
not facts.
It was
though.
something like
Yeah, I know you. I know.
I know,
It's-
but it's just
but-
funny as hell.
But when you have a friend over,
Yeah, no,
and then
all
like,
y'all in relationships and shit.
I'm trying to think
Nah.
though. On a serious
all my
note
hoes-
though,
Who would do that though?
about me having my crew called the minority team. I'm sorry, this is kind of off topic. But when did we start thinking about race though? Because as kids, we didn't really think about that. It didn't
I didn't.
matter.
That's
yeah.
facts.
When did we start thinking about it?
Sixth grade.
Yeah.
You think that's when you started
Around,
thinking about it?
around like
Yeah,
middle school or
Well, but for me, it was sixth
high
grade.
school.
because
I was gonna say when I met you, I'm just fucking around.
after Hurricane Katrina,
whoever's watching this,
Katrina,
all right, y'all do what y'all do. I told you about getting canceled, Joe. Don't get canceled, bro.
Honestly,
Facts, though.
it's horrible to think. I had to think of the first time I saw a black person instead of like an Asian or any other not Mexican because I'm from like near the edge
that
of
was
Mexico.
like after Hurricane Katrina in 6th grade. All these like there was like a few people who came to my school. I guess they came like from New Orleans, and I guess I didn't really know like I don't know. I guess that was the first time I experienced like racism in a way. Yeah,
being around black people.
Not being around black people.
What you call it?
Because I not being around black people. I wasn't around much black people because I was from Bernie. So I mean, but
I'm the only black person in Bernie, bro.
I know. I honestly, like every time Jalani, they're like, they just look at Jalani when he steps on the court. They look at Jalani, they're like, we're gonna have to guard him, and then I'm like,
so much cap.
I was telling
I'm literally
when I go to Dogs,
when you
bro,
get
I tell
double, I'm
everybody
like, I can't wait.
I'm the only black person in Bernie. I always tell people that.
Well, because I had two black friends when I was a child, Marcus and Micah Cunningham, but they passed away like my sophomore year.
Yeah.
But
Jalani's my first.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't feel like,
You ain't even gotta have a talk with me about this.
Don't.
I got family. I got. You know what? Go ahead.
Don't feel like that's different though, because when I went to Indiana, I went to Purdue. Like I met a lot of people that had never seen black people before, not until they got to college. The only time they saw black people was on TV. It's not like that. A lot of the countries like that. A lot of rural, the Midwest is like that, man. All the black people live in the city. You live in rural Midwest, like you ain't never seen a black person. All you know is white and Mexicans, because
It's crazy to say, but it's the same as going to like Japan or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to Honduras.
It's just like so abstract to be like, whoa, someone that doesn't look like all of us. That they're like, picture, must be superstar, must be famous person, must be.
It's funny that sometimes like you go like straight to like the good.
What do you mean?
Because like in Honduras, for example, if you look like me, you may not necessarily like. Certain people may think you're the shit, but then there's a lot of people that are actually like hate you because of like what I mean, like
you can.
Or vice versa. Like it don't matter what it's just that's the way it goes.
True. That's why I like my bubble though, dog.
No. I'm just saying, facts. I'm just saying like it's good that your mind goes to that, but like going through shit in life that I've done, it's like, man, like sometimes you don't even think about shit, but like people, it's good to think good, but people are people, and people are fucked up, and don't forget that.
Well, you never know what someone's situation is either. You know what I mean? Like how desperate somebody might be, or need something, or wrong place, wrong time is a real thing, dog.
But I think
Kinda.
Yeah.
To really open your mind up about the world and people, though, you got to travel. I think a lot of people should travel. The difference between us and the rest of the world, or the difference between us and in Europe, and why I didn't really experience too many racist people in Europe, but at the same time they travel everywhere.
Do y'all know how
we only stay within the States? A lot of Americans only go to like New York. Like no,
that's what I'm saying.
My buddy like in Sweden. Oh, let's go to South Africa for a trip. Like they literally they travel like that. That's what they do. And that's like that's the cure to racism, bro. People just gotta go out and experience other cultures. If you experience that and realize, like, because that's the thing too, everything is regional as far as
required in some sense.
Bro, I grew up in Georgia, man. Let me tell you something. How y'all sitting here talking about y'all ain't there? It was black or white. I didn't see too many Hispanic people. I didn't see too many Asian people. It was literally, mostly black, because Georgia, a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of black people. In a sense, we're starting to become the majority. There's a lot of black people in Georgia.
This is random, but do y'all know?
I grew up having a black sheriff. I grew up having a black mayor. That's nothing new to me to see like stuff like that now. I grew up seeing that. That's the norm to me. But for me to go to Indiana, it was like a culture shock. I felt more racism in Indiana than I did back at home, and a lot of people think Georgia is racist.
Like 5 black kids in my high school.
Same.
Yeah,
it's less than 10, that's for sure.
Less than 10 for me.
I grew up on a good side of town, so my school is 50-50, black or white. Yeah. But like some of my friends, Mexicans. All black. Their school was all black. There wasn't not one white person, and like it was rare. Even interracial dating, that's another thing. Like that's rare. Like
that's
that shit's
too many people. Ain't too many people do that in Georgia. That's rare. But when I went to Indiana, there was a lot of interracial dating for some reason, and they're racist.
And it's racist. A lot of people are racist towards that shit.
what's that Dave Chappelle show skit where the dude was in the KKK, he was blind. There's a lot of black people in Indiana.
Oh, and he didn't know you.
Clayton Bigsby.
And he didn't know he was
people like that in Indiana, bro.
That was some of the
Like that in Indiana, bro.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to come back to Chappelle, but real quick, do y'all know how our governor became a paraplegic? Do y'all know the story? It's super simple.
Oh, I think didn't he get in a car accident or something?
No.
What?
You know? He got a tree fell on him while he was running. So that's why I was saying wrong place, wrong time. Like that's a really good example. You grab your keys like a minute later, you leave the house 10 seconds sooner, like anything, you know?
Yeah. Like when I got in that fender bender a couple months ago.
Yeah.
After I was at Dick's, and if I wouldn't have ran into Chris at Dick's and he wouldn't have helped me out for a few minutes,
I knew he was about.
I wouldn't have hit that
I looked at him over here and I said, he's gonna mention my fucking. Go ahead.
If you wouldn't have ran into me at Dick's, and I wouldn't have hit that lady.
I was going to get shoes. I didn't even see you. I didn't even see a lady in front of you.
Yo, one of the
I parked beside you.
No, this was.
You hit a lady, like a woman.
I got into a fender bender after I left Dick's. But like I said, if I wouldn't have ran into you, I would have left before that. So I wouldn't have been behind her.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
It's your fault, bro.
It could have been worse though. You could have gotten a worse accident too, though.
Chris
could have been. Yeah.
If I would have had you for 2 more seconds, could have been worse accident.
Maybe if you just took your dog out for like 5 seconds.
I'd take him out.
No, I'm just kidding. Like,
Joe, what you said
later.
Joe, what you said about the timing being in a place that but that's everything, bro. Timing is everything. That's what people gotta look at.
Come back to Chappelle though. Could we do Chappelle today?
No.
Right?
Not on TV.
Right? Just in general.
Well, you can.
It would probably be super offensive and insensitive.
That's why I think.
I guess you can. You just have to know what you're getting.
That's why South Park's going to Paramount Plus because Comedy Central don't want them on TV anymore.
I don't think
For real, they're moving South Park.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're moving, but I know they got a huge deal with Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And it's so big that they bought Casa Bonita.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they got a huge deal with Paramount Plus to finish through like 11 more seasons, 14 streamable movies.
Bought Casa Bonita, like the real.
Damn.
Yeah.
They're supposed to do 14 movies,
joke, right?
10 seasons.
I don't know. I don't follow
It
this.
looks like an insider from the show, and they literally bought it in real life. You know, it's nuts.
Yeah, they made millions.
Oh,
of dollars
100 million.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a huge deal off that shit. Yeah.
For another 10 years or some shit.
Yeah, 10 seasons and 14 movies.
10 million a year.
How you gonna do 14 movies?
That's pretty sick.
Better sharpen them fucking pencils or markers,
clearly
whatever they color with.
Clearly, South Park has solidified itself as like a cultural thing in
political
society.
too.
Yeah,
because even
because it'll always be relevant.
My government teacher senior year, she was like, she's like, I don't watch. She's like, she said she don't watch South Park, but like it's very political. Like they have good political statements in there.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't really watched that show, honestly. Sorry.
It's great.
I'm not sure. I'm not really tracking.
It's fucking great.
I feel you. But on the note of Chappelle, I don't think I ever truly appreciated him for what he is because he's definitely groundbreaking. But I've got so deep into Chappelle that I've watched all the conspiracies about the 3rd season and like why he was.
Have you watched his stand-ups?
Yeah.
Where like he actually talks about shit?
Yeah, but I think I would rather have appreciation for him like as a writer and like being ballsy as like a comic and like pushing the boundaries because all that shit was like
he
really
did
obscene for
he
its
did
time.
Absolutely, he did that.
And as funny as that shit was, it really pissed off a lot of the black community.
Right,
there was people really pissed off like how he was portraying them. That's the only thing I didn't realize. This
If we're gonna move forward, we can't put Dave back out there. Yeah. I love Dave. I give Dave his flowers. He's funny as fuck. But
I think so too.
But I don't know. I think in a way, society is trying to move away from people thinking about color though or race. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to push that.
No, absolutely,
and gender
too.
In my opinion, like saying like watching the Chappelle show, obviously he was younger, but I still think he did it the way like even if you go now look at his specials because he just won like I think the Mark Twain Award not too long ago, which is a big accomplishment. Yeah. But the way he does his stand up is funny, but it's also like the realness of how America is and was.
Yeah, he's like
so it's like, but he's making fun of his own.
Isn't it super?
It's almost like the like.
It's hella improv, isn't it? He's just like, talks like good songs.
Well,
He's being real.
What,
but
on
making
his
fun.
stand-up?
Yeah. I thought it was hella improv.
No,
He
not
doesn't
his
really
new
go in-
stand. No, not his new stand-ups. His new stand-ups, he really hits some like points, and he comes back like he talks about everything.
Yeah,
He talks about the presidents. He talks about like
I
abortions.
think that's
He talks
improv
about.
shit, dog. I think this is really what's on Chappelle's mind. I don't think he's trying to be funny.
I know that's what I'm saying, and he's really trying to get out to like
But I don't-
everybody out
Yeah,
there.
real
What I'm trying to
message.
say-
Yeah,
What I'm trying to
yeah.
say is Chappelle's so authentic. He doesn't need to write a skit. He doesn't need a fucking. You know what I mean? He can just walk on stage because he's
And
a
start,
professional. He's a
yeah.
professional.
No, yeah. But like, I think when he was like portraying who he was on the Chappelle show, he was actually showing like,
He does-
this is what America thinks,
Look.
but it's stupid. But I'm gonna make this funny
make it-
because
The
this is
reason-
what you know what I mean. Like, but it's
Can we
it
all
was
agree-
real, but it wasn't. It was like it's messed up, but it's
We
funny.
all
and it-
agree though that like the reason why he's great. You know what I mean?
because he's controversial. I mean, because he brings up real topics. Like you
He's
said,
great 'cause he's
I mean, no,
funny as fuck.
but he is. He
He's
is funny as fuck. But he is. But he brings in the real shit too.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
he's not afraid to talk about anything in front of anyone. Like that guy might be, one that I may say no cap to or cap to. You know what I mean? Like real shit. He might be really who he is, but I promise you, he wasn't always like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you will learn from experience. You grow. You change. You can't.
Well,
always
that's
be the
kind of
same.
like you said
know what
about
I mean?
the
Like there's no way.
conspiracies, though. Like the reason why he's not as bad as he was before is because I mean, for one, he's older, he's matured a lot, but he sees it in a way like this is the progress that we need to go. So like
True.
that's what I'm saying. They're trying to get us. Some people, not everybody's on board, but they're trying to get us to not think about color. Like for instance, when we were all growing up, like let's be real, we didn't joke around and make racist jokes with our friends. Everybody did it. We all did that. I'd make, like he said, his friend at work, that's Pakistani. And my Pakistani friend, he laughs and makes jokes like that too.
As a kid, it's usually more of a physical thing, right? Like you're like, you got a big head, you're fat, you got big ass feet or some dumb shit, like big ass ears.
But we still talk
As a
about.
kid,
it's usually
but you
physical.
still talk
I
about.
mean, but you
still-
you
yeah,
talk
but that's
about
true, but
race
that's true,
too, though.
that is
Like,
true.
let's be real.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in the sense you didn't.
I understand what you're saying,
think
Joe.
of it. You didn't think of it in a way.
yes, but when
You didn't think of it in a way to be harmful to somebody. You thought of it in a way like Chappelle did. Laugh
Yeah, I'm
at
gonna,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna make fun of you because it's funny.
Just
But it's
'cause-
not,
yeah, it's not like.
serious, yeah.
But that's why
That's
I
what
said
I-
too. When we get
that's what I
older,
was
when
gonna
did we
say.
start thinking about
This is
race
what I was
like
gonna
that
say.
though?
This
To
is-
where it is today, like it's that's my thing. It's weird.
Here's
When
what
you
I-
find out
I
that
didn't-
there's really people out
didn't-
there that
I didn't
really
finish
truly
my
think
thought.
about like the old way,
I didn't
and
finish my
that
thought
shit's
because
real.
I'm gonna forget
That's
it.
why
I'm gonna forget it. So let me finish it.
Go ahead.
It's because he did a great job of portraying the hypocrisy, like the way we are as hypocrites and shit. That's
That's
why
what I'm saying.
That's why I
Yeah.
think
That's
he's
100% what I
Yeah.
just said. I was like, he really knew what was happening. Like he portrayed, whoever he was, because he didn't
Yeah.
always play African Americans. He also
he
played
did every-
he
yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't racist
Bro,
himself.
he did,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But
Man had
he
characters, dog.
But he
The man had a whole.
But he portrayed every race that
Man had
he
a
was
roster,
as
dog.
the hypocritical. This is the black man. This is the white man. This is the Asian.
You know how pissed
This
off
man,
people were
this
probably
man had a
mad
whole
for Rick
racial
James,
draft, bro. a whole racial draft.
we select Tiger Woods real quick. I was like, oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Goodbye, fried rice. Hello, fried.
Damn.
dude.
But that was funny
yeah,
though.
dude.
Everybody laughed at that.
That was
everybody
hilarious.
laughed at that. That's something that, that's the thing. But like that's why I said too though.
I'm more
As kids, we
remembering it as
did
you
say
talk
stuff
about
like that, but and laughed at it though.
What'd you
But
say?
that's the thing,
It's
you
not
know.
funny. It's racist.
It's not racist.
But nowadays, some people will
no.
think that. But at the same time,
You're probably right.
he took some think about it though. What's a big deal? The NBA draft, the NFL draft, and what did he
And
do?
so
He
he
added
brought it in. That's
to
what I'm
a
saying.
social, like a real thing
Hey,
that everyday
all
people,
right,
like you were
here it is.
explaining.
Here it is. Good segue. This is another one of the topics. By the way, Pools was up in a second, but I had the idea. I was like, could you guys imagine? Here's how we make the women basketball players money. Y'all ready for this? Cue the cut. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
I was looking.
Now check this out. We sexualize the WNBA. Bow! All the money floods in. It's like we make their jerseys super hot and skimpy. The chicks are playing basketball in makeup. You only draft hot ass attractive women. They don't even have to be good at it. They don't even have to be good at the sport.
I'm still going Brittany
like
Griner.
the lingerie,
I'm still going Brittany
football
Griner,
league.
first pick,
Yeah.
6'11".
Yo, but at the same time, we're like, all right, who's got the clout on social media? You know what I mean? We don't even go by the skill at that point anymore. I'm like, we sell out completely. WNBA would be more popular than the NBA. Tell me I'm wrong. We watch these women duke it out, but like super hot.
Well,
and if you really want to see like them like uncensored, you pay like a premium. Bow.
I like the slam dunks that the men do and the excitement of it, but I would like to see some titties bounce.
I like the thought of it, to be honest, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that's gonna fail because there's a female football league.
Oh, dude,
the lingerie one.
Like that.
This would never.
And I don't even watch that shit unless I see it on. So I mean, you can't get me to watch the WNBA just because they're in that.
Because you don't know them.
I don't know
the lingerie football league.
Tell me 5 hot women and tell me they're all playing basketball right now, and you wouldn't watch it. Give me your 5 favorite hot women that are celebrities on social media and have them on a team and tell me you wouldn't watch it. Thank you.
They're going to be all uncoordinated. But Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, it'll be funny as hell.
She's not Skylar Diggins.
It'll be funny as hell, dog. They would embarrass themselves.
There are some fine WNBA players.
Obviously, this would never happen, and obviously, this would be super misogynist. Like, this would not.
No, I know. Yeah.
You know I mean?
I still don't see it working.
Like, society would be so pissed. Do you know how mad the articles would be? Like,
yeah, it would be.
Like, what is society turning into? And it's like, it's always been like this. We're just putting it in the sport.
Well, since
what if it worked?
It started with boxing.
You just literally gave $1 million idea.
Since they're taking all the stuff off of OnlyFans, the girls on OnlyFans might as well start up a league.
That's what I'm saying. Legit.
That's a good idea, bro.
That's what I was just saying. You just gave $1 million idea out talking.
We got the published date of the idea right here.
Don't see that. I'm gonna tell everybody on Twitter, like, look, you got an OnlyFans.
If y'all take my IP, I'm gonna find you.
This is patented.
Yeah.
Podcast.
What else we got on the topic list? I'm sure we're toward the end already. What's on the list? Hit us with it.
What's up?
Let him open his eyes first.
Can we pause really quick?
Hold on. Yeah, what's up? Oh, no, hell no. We almost done. Nah, you fiending, dog.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff, but we got to save some stuff.
Nah, you look way cooler with it.
Part 2 coming.
It's like a Boondocks episode now with it in your mouth. Let's do it.
We in the trap.
What's the topic?
We got some stuff, but we got to save some.
Huh?
I don't know what he's saying.
I don't either. What language was that?
Some stuff we got to save for
tomorrow.
Next time.
Sure, you can't give it all up. We'll definitely be back.
Is there anything left though?
I mean, there's a lot, but
and we'll be back with
we'll have to go
part 2, Jalani.
Okay, I'm always down to make a podcast.
It's kind of
our friend Jordan might be coming in
when I got time.
Anything before we end?
I have a whole.
Dang. All right. Shit, I don't want to end it like that, but I guess we are.
Well, not like something be off like DNA dog testing the poop.
Oh yeah. I thought
poop.
that was funny. I was like, do you remember how they put that on leases and shit? Like they gonna fine you.
Oh hell no! I ain't never seen that.
Yeah,
I've been like, get the fuck out of here. My dog is shit everywhere.
Let me get the joke out. The joke was the only way they'd ever find you or like do anything is if they really DNA tested. But imagine that kind of like fucking company and shit and be like, oh, is this kind of yeah? Do you
have a Shiba Inu?
Yeah.
The fuck?
You're the only one with one on this property.
Yeah, hold on. I would have been like, what the fuck?
I was like, so y'all increase my rent so y'all could go test DNA?
I would have
They're going to raise everybody's rent just so they can pay for the lab test. I'm like, man,
dumb.
I don't even have a dog.
But I think that's what they claim that they would do if you
They would have to because that would cost money to send that to a lab.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing real quick? Guys, check us out for real. Give us likes. This is Joe Cat. We're all friends. This is season 2. Remember, please follow Joe. I'm not really big. Look, likes. I'm not really big on social media. He's teaching us. They probably know way more about all this stuff than me. But I'm sure the links, real shit. I'm sure the links are gonna be everywhere. But please follow us. If you don't like our shit, it don't matter. Just give us a like. Tell your friends about it. Maybe they'll like it. And this is just something to listen to, agree with. I mean, maybe it opens your mind, whatever.
And then they're gonna get way better.
And I have a sequel podcast, More Than Broke.
Oh shit!
Come talk with your uncle.
Less than broke.
Come talk with your
uncle.
Less than broke. It's less than broke.
Less than broke. More than broke.
But real shit though. Give Joe a like.
Smash it.
Definitely subscribe.
I'm trying to think any other topics before we close this out.
I'm about to tell the cranberry story soon.
Man, there was one more controversial one. I know which one. You probably know which one I'm talking about.
No.
It's really crazy that I think we should bring it up though.
To be continued. Keep people on the edge of their seat.
All right.
Oh, I like that one too.
You know what?
You gotta have the suspense.
It's a pretty crazy question.
Actually, we're gonna introduce it to
You
them,
talking
and
about
then
the
they're gonna have
shirt?
to wait till the next episode.
Which one?
You gotta keep on wanting to come back, bro.
No.
It's gotta be like crack in the 80s.
What are you gonna say?
gotta
What are you
keep
gonna
coming back. Give the fiends what they want,
You got that
but
blue stuff?
not right away though. You gotta make it. You gotta
Like
cut
I
it
said,
down a
we
little
got the
bit.
cranberry story.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Hold on, one more thing.
Uh-oh.
This is it.
We get a cranberry.
Last one.
I like cranberry juice.
Kanye versus Drake.
Did you see that Kanye West is building his house, his like childhood house or something inside the fucking stadium?
Kanye,
Stupid.
I seen
wait,
that little
Kanye
cartoon.
versus Drake as
Kanye
what?
versus Drake.
I love that
They're
little
beefing.
cartoon. He's like, yeah, he was,
yeah.
that
What you
little
call it?
cartoon. He's like, you dropping the same day? You better not. And I was like, man, that's so funny. 'Cause it's like,
Y'all seen the
Kanye?
text, the group text, and all that shit?
no, I haven't seen that.
Kanye, where the camera at?
Is this
Kanye,
about
you was
cranberries?
savage, bro. Did y'all know what he did? The man put Drake's address on the internet.
Did he really though? I saw something about that.
Yeah, instead of making a dish, because they beefing with each other, he put his man's address on the internet. So hopefully,
Talk shit, dude. That's a big.
well,
that's
Kanye,
a big move.
You are a billionaire, so the lawsuit ain't gonna affect you.
You ain't gonna get to Drake anyway. You'll
Yeah,
get
but
sniped
that's-
before you
I
get
don't
to
know,
his
bro.
door.
A lot of people probably don't know
Yeah,
where
probably.
he lives, though.
Oh, this is it.
Well, at least they didn't.
This is
They
like I
didn't know where he
even if
lives.
even if
But-
he did, I guarantee he's got secret security.
Check this out. This,
Well, my green watch, I want you to make my diamonds do.
anyways, they're having a conversation. You had to push it to the conversation. I live for this. Been fucked with by nerd ass jock and words like you my whole life. You'll never recover. I promise you. And that's Kanye like talking shit to Drake and shit. And then he does the address leak, and then Drake responds with the laugh. You all seen the laugh yet? Drake responds. Yeah. He just starts laughing in his car while he's joyriding. And I wonder how many times Drake redid that laugh. Like
6.
Posted it.
I might guess.
Oh, 6 from the 6. You're probably right.
for real
yeah, you
Oh,
like
yeah.
that? You
Well,
like
this
that?
This has been ongoing, dog. This is a long time coming.
Drake don't want
never
no smoke
ended.
with Kanye.
Y'all don't remember Sicko mode or what? Sicko. I said Sicko.
Sicko mode?
Sicko.
Yeah, of course.
Sicko. Y'all
That's a
remember
good
that
one.
shit?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't think they like.
Make it right. He's like giving the address, directions, and everything.
they like.
Cut the lights.
Yeah.
Don't wake them up.
Wow. Well, what's up, Brandon?
But I didn't think they like for real.
You gotta be in front of the mic, my G.
That ain't for real.
I didn't think they like for real.
Kanye
for
is
real
marketing
hated each other.
himself.
No,
He's going after the biggest rapper out.
This is what proved it. This is the shit. Like,
The text.
well, just all of this happening all at once, and then nobody dropping their shit in the back and forth. This is why I'm asking y'all. I'm like, my theory is Kanye's not dropping until Drake drops. That's my theory. And here's what's also dope is Kanye is so fucking smart. I don't think you have to pay the label anything because this isn't anything released. You're not having to pay any royalties to anybody for shit because this isn't completed. All these events, he's just cashing in on everyone paying for tickets. They're like live shows. And you don't have to split the money with anybody because nothing's completed. There's nothing to fucking royalty. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is-
I don't know,
yeah,
it's
I ain't
just-
think
He's just
about
making
that.
money right now.
Well, it just blew my mind because I'm like, he's pushing the live aspect boundaries, but also saying fuck you and also getting more money. Like, but here's the last thing I'll say about it.
could do it.
Here's the last thing. Imagine you're Drake, right?
Okay.
And you see Kanye floating into the fucking sky like a god, just into the heavens, right? How fucking intimidating is that shit? He's already fucking with you, and the next thing you know, he's like, "You can't fuck with me." Going in the fucking sky, he's like, "I'm a god."
I'd be like-
he's like, "I'm a
I
god.
would-
I ain't even dropped my project, and I keep selling out.
I would-
I haven't done shit. I'm way bigger than you." He's trying to intimidate him. Like,
I know. If I'm
Yeah,
legitly
yeah.
him, I'd be like, damn, I guess we gotta, I mean, you gotta come out harder now.
He's showing
Better come
Drake
with
he's the
something.
man. But Kanye is the man.
I think so too.
It is.
Drake's
Yeah,
pretty good,
he's
guys.
a-
You know that every
But so is Kanye.
album from
Everybody benefits.
every hip hop album
true.
from like 90
I don't know.
to like 96 or something like that, or 96. It's some stupid amount of years Kanye like redid by scratch, like scratch remade every single hip hop instrumental of like fucking.
Yeah.
Or he remade all these fucking like some instrumentals. I forgot who it was. It might have just
I
been
mean,
one group. It might
there's
have
not
been,
an
It might have just been
argument.
Mob. It might have
in
just been
talent.
Mob Deep. I don't know who.
Clearly, Kanye has more of a talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kanye West is.
Kanye's been doing it longer.
Yeah.
For sure, but he's more like well-rounded and like, bro, who's breaking in the clothing? Started as a producer,
I think
became
it's
an artist.
experience,
like,
bro. I think Drake, to what? Okay, who got it faster? So you know what I mean? They're both good, like they are, like you know what I mean. I think so.
Let's ask the real question: Who got more money?
Oh shit!
You know what's nuts though?
Probably
like,
Kanye.
That's what it boils down to.
I don't know. Kanye going through divorce.
Yo,
Kanye rich, bro. He a billionaire.
The generalizing, I'm trying to think of like the ladies' man fan base over here versus the freaking Christian overall fan base is like super like, you know, opposite spectrum of like fan bases in a sense. And that's not to say all his fans are just fucking Christians. I'm just trying to be like, imagine that giant conglomerate of
But that's still
base.
a lot over there now that you get.
Yeah.
Like just from that.
Like Kanye's specific with the niche and the grabbing and the pulling and shit. Not to say that Drake doesn't experiment with different genres, but it's super fucking interesting. I'm like, this is gonna be the biggest shit of all time. And it's just funny to think like, I'm gonna post this story real quick of me laughing. And it just goes viral. Like, yo, someone's gonna share this dumb laugh. And it's news. It's news.
Next.
You think Drake has a bigger fan base than Kanye?
That's a really fucking good question.
I think Kanye does. Because you gotta think about, because people could hate Kanye. Kanye, they could sit there and call Kanye crazy. He's selfish. He's a narcissist. But at the end of the day, they're gonna jam to his music. Now Drake haters, if they don't like Drake, they're not fucking with his music.
Kanye is more personable, I think. Like you can relate to him more, and maybe Drake fucked up by like being a little too mysterious, and the comedic aspect and shit because he started off on like Degrassi.
On the right,
but it makes him a little hard to take serious. But whenever Kanye is like controversial, it's like, oh shit, just like dude, going back to what we were talking about, George Bush doesn't care about black people. I'm like, oh, he was really saying some shit like that people were thinking that nobody was saying.
What's saying?
You know what I mean? Like when is Drake really revolutionarily pushing the fucking intellectual spectrum of anything? It's like he's trying to sell you a product and have the most gimmicky shit you can have on repeat when Kanye's over here like using real instruments, paying the craziest of fucking, okay, maybe not paying, I'm gonna retract that. Like getting the biggest superstars, and he's just extremely experimental. Yeah. So they are very fucking different in a lot of aspects. It's hard to say who's better and who has
Kanye
a bigger
the GOAT.
fan base.
Hands down, he's the GOAT.
I would say this is how I'll answer the question. Drake probably way more fucking streams all around the world, right? Like Michael Jackson, like numbers of streams and shit. But Kanye probably has the diehards. That's how I'll say that.
Let's see what Spotify
That's what I was gonna say. Drake has more fans, but Kanye has more dedicated fans.
Like we'll defend him and we fuck with him.
Yeah, they're more dedicated.
Yeah. I think Drake stands are like, hey, you hate Drake, whatever. But over here, we'll justify a Kanye hater.
I still think.
But think about what Kanye does, though. Kanye could do some complete bullshit and won't get canceled for it, though.
So can Chris Brown.
Well, that is true.
But you know what that means is like superstardom can like exceed your mistakes sometimes.
I don't like to tear people down.
You know what I mean? Like you can be so talented that people
Beyonce
just
had one of the greatest music videos of all time.
Normal laws.
Yeah,
like
same
normal
shit. Same
necessities.
shit. Hold on. Let me give you the greatest example. And I'll shut up.
Right, is we done yet? Or
Yeah. Last example. How does Michael Jackson have the best-selling album again of all time, platinum for the 34th time, and everyone still thinks these allegations are true, whatever the fuck about him with these kids and shit? Because your talent can supersede, you know what I mean, your legacy.
Yeah.
I like Michael Jackson, but he's a weirdo. His music's good though. But that's how I look at R. Kelly though. R. Kelly. But let me say that's how I look at R. Kelly though. Like R. Kelly, like I was saying that shit earlier, like I still listen to R. Kelly. Fuck that. He made some hits. I don't care what you do with. I don't care what you do with these little girls. R.
Kelly is one of the best writers ever. Are you kidding me?
Find me a yellow bone so I can get married.
I got 2 kids because of R. Kelly.
Oh, damn.
I thought I was the sex slave master.
Damn. That got real. That was a good way.
We heating up.
I'm just being real though. That's just, you never know, man.
So new gimmick. If you bring home a girl and you never want her to leave, you play R. Kelly.
Apparently, I don't know. That shit's that should get you in trouble. It sounds like
that's how you marry.
You're like, girl, I'm serious. Oh, he has R. Kelly on. He's trying to make me stay.
That is true, though. I mean, mood is a real thing, though. Mood is a real thing.
Tell me what you need me to do.
Mood is a real thing,
bro. No, y'all got to read the testimony though, because the girl was saying,
what?
R. Kelly had her doing some weird,
like shit. What?
Putting feces on her face and recording it.
We're done. Episode 2 or episode 1.
But guess what? I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly. I might listen to that on the way home.
On the way out, we be stepping to the feces dance. The feces on my face dance, apparently.
Crazy.
Bro,
But hell, think about that, Chappelle.
from the pee to the feces, like, what does this man not have as a freaking cringe? Like, you know?
Yeah, man, into everything.
All right, well.
If you ain't watching More Than Rich, and you're more than bitch.
Oh, yeah, we gonna see if...
Facts. That's good. What
No cap.
Okay.
Dope.
Y'all have a good night.
Chris, Jalani, Brand, we out. More Than Rich. Pow!
Yeah, R. Kelly's sick, man, but I still fuck with R. Kelly. Yeah, just like Bill Cosby. If he did that shit, I'm still watching the Cosby.